Monster Hunter Wilds is a nature-type game where, get this, you file taxes, not from your wallet, god no. See, in this game, that has a 1 in 3 chance of crashing my whole desktop on loading. You play as the Hunter in the Guild from the West, who travels by boat to the exotic land of Arizona because some boy saw his family fall into the Grand Canyon. It's a dangerous place because the surrounding fauna seem to get a bit quirky at night. In this intrepid adventure to get a kid back home to his loved ones, you're ordered to hunt monsters in the wild. They're not your normal type of beasts though. The things here ranging drastically from Farts McGee to Flying Railgun, as terrifying as it might seem. With your massive arsenal of weapons and your limitless selection of tools, make it your duty to remind the wildlife who their apex predator truly is, taxing them for their ignorance to improve your gear to challenge greater threats. Do you think you have what it takes to rise against this ferocious world? 'Cause this is Monster Hunter Wilds. Let's start with one thing and one thing clearly. This is my butter knife. There are many like it, but this one is mine. This game is the definition of diversity. You've got different monsters, different hunters, different weapons, different places to explore, different versions of monsters, different versions of weapons. There's a lot of difference going around, but the one constant is the hunt, and you do just that. During the story mode, which I will totally spoil somehow, so be warned, monsters come at you like the plague did the Europeans during the 14th century. They rear their ugly head at you, ready to scrap, and honestly, I don't blame them. You learn rather fast that the denizens here are like pacifists or something. They look at your weapon like it's some ancient technology, so it's no wonder the monsters are so nonchalant about decking you. Unfortunately for them, I throw hands. I've got opposable thumbs, you fucking bitch. Just like the 14th century, it has nothing to do with 14th century. There are 14 different ways to saute these creatures. My main two are the butter knife and sport. I'm sure the other 12 are fun, but do I care about them? Just as much as I care about the well-being of these monsters. After getting clapped back, they're quick to go, "My fault, gang," before quickly leaving the scene. But do they know? This game doesn't contain the words monster and hunter for nothing. You make sure to track them down, scaring the ever-living bejesus out of them as the realization settles in. I've scared the wrong little man. It's life or death for them, but just a regular Thursday for you. Though how do you know how well you're doing? The thrill, or dread, of some hunters is the way the game handles health. Well, you can see how much you've got. The same can't be said for these things. The game likes to show, don't tell, over the course of the fight. Your attack at times, managing to break or even cut parts of the monster. And while I like to show these beasts the nearest Costco to pick out their favorite coffin, let me tell you two phrases that fill me with joy. Tail severable and head breakable. While we're talking about joy, let's talk about my two favorite utensils. The butter knife, while my favorite, seemed to get a lot of hate during my playthrough of World. Do I know why? No. Do I care? This thin blade deceives the casual gaze, while there are other weapons like a hunk of metal, or the slightly sharper hunk of metal, or the literal guns. Common sense be damn, this thing can cut! One of the best things I like about the butter knife is charging in there with a helm breaker, or as I like to call it, the French maneuver. Besides that is RTB, which allows you to avoid attacks, fire, lightning, ice, even sound itself in some way. I'm sure it's got an actual name, but I just remember it by the button press. Anyways, Ian Spirit Slash is the most tricky one. Butter knife's my go-to, but I've probably only landed like 20 of these successfully, as failing one leaves you looking stupid with your pants down, praying whatever monster you're hunting doesn't catch you slacking. The musical spork is my second most used weapon. I throw it on at times when I feel like bludgeoning something into not alive, while setting up melodies like I'm playing Lego Rock Band on the DS. Though, to be frank, I still feel like I haven't fully mastered the rhythm of it yet. Where were we? Oh yeah, you're in the wilds hunting monsters because of this boy, who's looking for his uncle or whatever. It's the typical story at the end of the day. You start fresh, you're halfway in, you fish, then you fight God. Normal story beats. Though, the story wouldn't be complete without the introduction of this motherfucker right here.
So fucking precious when you smile.
I like this little guy. Listen, I was a big hater of the Wudwuds. Miss me with that tri-booty shit. That was until Rove roamed in carrying the most pristine aura imaginable. I don't like Gormagala, but if it's to save him, I'll extinct the whole species. Other than that, your expeditions involve traversing across the far lands, going from sand place to big jungle, to hot rock, to ice cold, to milkland. Why milkland? I don't know. Don't ask me why these guys are all about the milk. Milk powers the land, which not only helps monsters thrive in their ecosystem, but also makes monsters for me to hunt. And as "Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier" once said, I remember, Nate. I can milk you. The other 4 places though, they're quite the spectacle. Besides Hunter, you also gather, and God knows apart from cheese and fish, I need me my honey. Honey green tea seems to be the remedy for being nearly bored Yeah, it's weird, just like these monsters we're hunting. Now, there is quite a handful of monsters, with more on the way. So instead, let me tell you my favorites. This silly little twirling tarantula dances around the forest all whimsically before getting absolutely decimated since it's one of the beginner monsters. Fire monkey, who can turn into the sun, is weak to wet moss. Oh my god, somebody call 911. Shorty fire burning on the dance floor is what I say before the oil squid drags me away to the depths of hell. Odogoron, my beloved. Fitting it came back as a guardian, since it's kinda like a dog. Kinda like a dog. This ugly fuck, simply because if you hunt 40 of them, you get the magical title of purple.
Damn, boy, sick!
And was hilarious until they pulled out the violent beam attacks. And lastly, while it was going to be the lightning lizard, it's got to be big money moves right here. That's really about it. You hunt monsters to gather pieces to make gear. To hunt harder monsters to gather better pieces to make stronger gear. At the end of the day, you are the butter knife, and the monsters are your whetstones, sharpening you for tougher encounters. And to take a step back from everything, Monster Hunter is a pretty crazy experience. Something about the fluidity of the attacks, not only yours, but the monsters themselves. The terrain they inhabit, when you stop and look at the small stuff too, it's pretty damn cool. I still don't understand why they have Farts McGee here, but like, hey, to each their own. If you're wondering about getting it, get this. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Get it.